Welcome back, everyone, to more Gold Rush. I just had my pill, so I might be coffee, hacky for a few minutes, but I am getting rid of my D-Rocker. I looked at the time and went, I can easily make back the cash. The cash is going to be basically between 70 and 80,000 anyways, and I got 156 left even after the tower. So fuck it, instead of wasting the time and effort in the gold ways or whatnot, I should probably just bite the bullet and get rid of the D-Rocker. Unfortunately, the D-Rocker has been good to me for the 4 or 5 cleanups we've had so far. But you can't beat the Glacier Creek, and it's sitting right down there. On its side, actually, it was upside down on top of the D-Rocker when I moved it. But why can't I get this through the opening? Why are you so fat? Said nobody ever. Yeah, it's getting there. Getting close. And yes, I move everything around, usually with the pickup truck, because it's quicker than trying to hook up to it with the frickin' Traco. Move your fat bottom. What are you stuck on that you're so fat? Ramming speed. There we go. That's what I needed. There. We still have the hog pen extensions in here? Really? Okay, cool. Whatever. They're gone now. Yeah, so D-Rocker is no more. I figured it'd be about 70,000. And we have the water tower. We have water in the water tower. We have everything good to go. I'm basically going to move this thing as much as I can with the pickup truck and then come in with the Traco and plop it in place. That's my plan. I don't know how well it's going to work out, but that's my plan. Holy crap. This thing is pushing me around. Back up, you stupid truck. No, what are you doing? I said back up, you stupid truck. Don't be a pile of crap. No, I actually wanted to go this way. Aha! I know, there's no way I can actually pop it in there with the truck right now. And guaranteed, this is the way you should always move your equipment around, is by ramming it with your pickup truck. Because, that would always work. So basically, the only things that we have left is the duplex jigs to replace. Which isn't too bad. On day 5 of playing, don't you dare slide down the hill, you prick. Yeah, we're already upgrading equipment, so that's a good thing. Alright, ram it, speed it home. There we go. Well, it's up the hill. I found my cables. It's still moving. Still moving. Still moving. Not really moving. Oh, crap. Alright. One more push. Yeah, I think that's about it. Alright, unfortunately, that's about all we have. So, we'll park here. We'll go grab the tracky hoe. We'll get our new wash plant put in place. And then we'll start digging some dirt. We still have this hole to finish. And we're actually coming along pretty good. I don't even know how much fuel's in this thing. Well, actually, why don't we, since the tank is right here, let's fill this thing up. And then we can go plop our new wash plant in. We should get 1, maybe 2 cleanups today done, at least. Which would be great. If we could do that, that'd be great. Because if we can, that would probably get us to having a boat, maybe 150 to 200 ounces left after, which is just straight gravy, baby. Basically straight gravy. We've actually done quite a bit today. We did a gold rush first this morning. Then we did some more farming. And we're back to gold rush tonight. Probably won't do too much gold rush tomorrow. Of course I say that, but it's tough to say. It's actually really tough to say what we're all going to be doing tomorrow. I know I got to take a trip into town if I can feel up to it. Pay my employee. Possibly. Alright, World Road Adventure. See if I can split the difference. We know we have the water for this. And before I actually ran the regular shaker deck, like last season I ran the shaker deck for a while, and then I ran the D-Rocker for a long time, and then I finally broke down and bought Water Tower. I think it was on Pine Valley when I did that. Can't remember, but I think it was. Alright, let's see here. Where's the hooky hook for this one? Is it down below? Please tell me it's not down below. Okay. That's over there. Oh! Well, fuck me, that was magical. I have my hook back. Can I get out of here now? Okay, let's try that again. Okay, that's on. That's the top one. Let's see, the top one would be this guy, I believe. Let's see here. This one would be whatever this guy is. Down here would be this guy. Let's see, this one would be the top guy over here. Let's see, this guy would be this one, in theory. Hey, it's up. I don't think I can actually get it up any higher than this. So just hopping along the ground here. Not what I really want to do. Alright, she's actually airborne. I gotta do it from this side, which really sucks. The other problem is it's actually backwards. So this one I gotta drop to put here. This one I gotta put over here. It's Mr. Hooky. Alright, that one works. Okay, him I want to put over here. Him I want to put over here. And in theory, when I pick this thing up again, it should turn. It's turning. Hey. Okay. We did things. That actually looks right. What the hell? Holy crap, it worked. It never works on the first try. I don't know what kind of fucking weird magic is going on here, but I don't like it. Usually I have to swear at it for a while. I didn't have to swear at it at all. Something's wrong. Something's very wrong in Albuquerque. Okay, now the next question. Now it's pumping water everywhere. Can I plug you in? And can I plug you in? And it's actually at the back here instead of the other way. Okay, this is fucking weird, man. Ha, there's not too much there. Actually, it's not saying there's too much left on either one. Holy crap. So these ones are going to be cleaned up really quickly here, apparently. Then I think what we need to do is we need to sort of plan of attack. Actually, what I think I should do is I should come right down here, clean all these up on the edge here, and go from there. I think that's where we should be. So let's grab the Trekkie Hoey and let's position ourselves once more on the road to forgiveness over on those other two plots. Get those cleaned up right away. And then I think we should move over and clean up the first 8 plots over on the other. Man, I tell you, this is fucking weird. We managed to get the entirety of the new Shaker deck in one shot. It's unheard of is what this is. It's unprecedented. This is so backwards and wrong. Actually, come to think of it, mounting and doing everything this time, I fought very little with it. I don't know if I'm getting better at it, or the game is starting to work better. Heaven forbid the fucking game starts working. This still pisses me off. Like, yeah, I get going up a steep hill, it goes slower. That makes sense. But on flat ground? Da balls, man. On the plus side, I haven't A, seen my Traco go invisible, or B, I haven't actually seen it fly to space yet. So, in the context of those two things, the game is running better. But then again, I don't want to jinx it, so here we are. Alright. I'm going to turn the plant back on. Not that it's going to do much right now, but I am going to turn the plant back on here. I'm going to grab my truck, and I'm going to head her down and get some ore. So I should say Glacier Creek. Yep. In theory, we should actually start seeing better gold ways just because of that. I had a spreadsheet before. I tried to find it earlier today. I just can't find the damn thing. I know I have it somewhere, and I figured out the actual differences in stuff, like what the difference between Tier 3, Tier 4, and Tier 5 was. I can't find it. I have no idea what... It should say Gold Rush Game and something behind it. I can't remember where I put it. I know I have it. I know I had efficiencies on it. And from from the D-Rocker to Glacier Creek was actually a fair substantial amount. A fairly decent jump. Mind you, between the Shaker deck and D-Rocker was a fairly significant jump too. But for the life of me, I can't find the damn thing. I don't know what I did with it. Maybe I deleted it? I don't think I did. I rarely delete anything on my computer. Which is a different topic of interest. So the guys I game with all the time, a good bunch of guys, we created a NAS setup. And, well, I use it for work too, so it's not for just gaming. I mean, I have my entire Steam library on it. I've got like almost 4,000 video games on it. Right? Because you never know. Steam, once in a while, the game disappears and you go, what the fuck? I wanted to play that. And even though I haven't played it in like 8 years. Well, once you download it on your NAS, you're basically got it, right? And mine is a little different from everyone else's. I know everyone else RAID 0'd theirs and made it a massive fucking storage unit. Mine isn't. Mine isn't actually a RAID 0. Mine is actually considered a mirrored drive. So I've got a 4-bay NAS system, right? And each one of these is 18 terabytes. So I've technically got 36 terabytes, I believe. So they're mirrored. So if I ever lose one bank, I've got the other bank. And with the mirrored setup, the beauty part is to initiate them into basically RAID 0 is not very difficult to do. Like, you don't have to reformat or anything. It's just basically change it from a mirrored storage device to a straight storage device. And all your information goes boop. I actually set one of these up in a business recently too. And these guys, I actually got them a Starlink too. I did a lot of work for this company recently. And they said, oh yeah, well, we need a computer geek. Yeah, okay, I'm one of those. They're a contractor. Yeah, I'm one of those too. But you're a computer geek. I said, yeah, what do you need? They said, well, we want a setup. We want to basically have all of our data in one location, and we want to be able to access it at any point. And I said, yeah, just set up a NAS. I said, you can build basically a virtual network throughout your own network that nobody else can access except you guys. But you can set it up so it runs the storage for everything, and everyone with the user access can access it. So you can set permissions on who can access it. They went, really? I went, yeah, so there's different aspects of it. Like, we can RAID 0 it, make it into one massive drive. We can make it into a mirrored drive, which I think is RAID 2. I think it's RAID 2. RAID 2 or RAID 4, I can't remember. I could look it up, but anyways, regardless of what number it is, you can set it up, and you can set up permissions and access points to it. So you can also have partitions on it. So each partition you can set for permission levels. And I set all of them up, and it's like, holy crap, and you did this so quickly. I went, yeah. They went, so, like, is this the largest frickin' NAS you've ever set up? I went, no, God, no. I said, oh, you only got a 2-bay, well, that's 4-bay. I said, but you're only running like 20 terabytes. I said, my home one is like twice the size of this. They went, what? What the hell do you need that for? I went, because I can. That and my entire Steam library plus my backups are on there. Like, if you're going to overdo it well. Mind you, we were having this discussion the other night too. When I was coughing and hacking, I couldn't do much else other than chat groups. So I was on this chat group, and good bunch of guys, good bunch of folks on there. A few girls on there too. Anyways, they good bunch of people, and we were talking about it, and I said, well, yeah, I know, I've set this stuff up, I've set this up, and they went, so you're some sort of savant when it comes with computer hardware. I went, well, yes and no. I've been doing it for since I was 4 years old, so 30 some years. It's just 30 plus years, not to date myself, but yeah, 30 some plus years. I said, yeah, hardware has changed a lot, but it hasn't really. It's all still the same. But we were talking about that kind of stuff, and they're going, okay, so, when you set this stuff up, can you actually set it up so it's secure and stuff? I went, oh yeah, absolutely. Now, do I have failure rates and stuff like that? Oh yeah, absolutely. And I can honestly say, without a question of a doubt, if you want reliability and speed, get an old-fashioned hard drive setup. Like your old NAS drives, like your what we call physical moving parts. So your old HD drives, they are more dependable than your M2s. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I know from personal experience, they work way better. And performance-wise, like if you're moving large files all the time, even if you're accessing your Steam drives and playing video games off of them using the Steam, you're hard pressed to tell the difference in performance between a good hard or good solid NAS drive versus a M2. See, the one problem with M2s is they're super fast on small files. As soon as you start building large files out of them, they are fucking useless. And I know for a fact, trying to access, like if you try to access a game that's like 200 gig, those M2 drives are just fucking dreadful. They bog down so frickin' hard. And which is really funny because you're going, it makes no sense because it's connected direct to your heart, like to your motherboard. There's no way it should be slower. Well, I have no idea. And you're right in a lot of ways. A direct connect, even a PCI Express, it should be way faster as a direct connect because you're directly linked to the motherboard. Whereas for some reason a SATA cable working on, well, actually you can have SATA cables up to like 10 gig a second, are way faster and can support the extra giant files. I can't remember exactly which cables I'm using. I know what color they are. They're actually a very specific company, and they're all gold end connectors, and like I didn't cheap out on my SATA cables. They aren't the ones that came with the motherboard. But I know they're 10 gig a second. Which, your average M2 drive, I don't care what everyone says, but they always go, oh yeah, no, my M2 can do like 1 terabyte a second. No, it can't. No, it can't. And the cache files, that's what gets me. The stupid cache files on them. Like, the cache files are so bloody small versus a hard drive, like the HDDs. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. It's just one of those things that I found over the years. I can't explain it. It makes no sense. Like for operating system, yeah, I run it on a solid state. But for anything that you're doing mass transfers and mass access, don't even question it. Just run it on a hard drive. And here's the stupid part that I found. And it's the reliability of it. M2 drives typically last me 2 years. Mind you, heavy use, but 2 years. A standard hard drive lasts me 5 to 7. And it's a fraction of the price. But I find the bigger the hard drive, though, the longer it lasts because you're not overwriting them near as much. And I find that's what actually fucks them up, is the constant rewriting. So if you have a small old one, yeah, naturally it's going to, because you basically have, it's the best way to describe an old hard drive is it's like a vinyl record. That's a good way to describe it. You have a very fine reader that scratches over top of the disc. And over time, it scratches the shit out of it. And when you hear it spinning and going zzz, it's actually because it's worn a groove inside that disc. And that's what causes the fail rates. Or the corruption, you could say. Because it can't read or write over top of that scratch mark anymore. And that's what causes your issues. That's basically your number one fail rate of a hard drive. I've taken enough apart to tell you that. With a chipset, no, it's whenever the chipset decides to overheat and burn up. Or fall off. Holy crap, I've seen enough of those. Everyone goes, well, the best ones on the market are like the ADATA ones. I went to, no, they're not. Not even close. It's like Samsung's. I've had so many Samsung fail rates. That's incredible. I don't know how the hell these guys even still make them. Because literally, I've had the frickin' IC chip fall off the board. It's like the quality is just crap. But at the same time, I've got an 18 terabyte frickin' hard drive in this computer too. That it's 3 years old. It doesn't make the whir sound or speed up or anything. It's only a 7200 for fuck's sakes. It's not even that fast, right? But yeah, no, it works fine. Hell, actually, want to know something funny? I've got a 4 terabyte. I call it the old backup. It is an old backup. It's 11 years old and it still works. Yeah, it's 99%. Yeah, that's right. I've got 11-year-old hard drive that's a 4 terabyte. Yeah, this thing when it first came out was the largest one you could ever buy. Like, the thing was a huge. It is still lightweight. It's compared to the NAS ones, it's like twice the weight. It still works. It scratches a little bit now, but fuck, for the age of it, I can't complain. Got my money's worth out of it. I think it was about $1,000 back then, though. It might have been more than that. I can't remember. It was in my original one, which is now my original computer that came out of originally, is now at my employee's house. Well, he needed a gaming computer for the stuff he was doing, so I gave him my 12-year-old fucking gaming rig. Goddamn thing still works. And it's stupid that it still works. And he says he's managed to get it down to using 60% of the CPU, and I went, well, for a 12-year-old computer, not bad. My new one's like a fucking machine from NASA. Oh, starting to dig some hard ground finally. I found the bottom. I mean, after 2 days of taking these pills, I am actually quite happy. I am feeling way better than I was. Actually, all last week I was going, man, I should really stream. I should really do something. I should do this, do that. I physically couldn't. I couldn't do jack shit. I wanted to. Badly. I couldn't talk without coughing. Oh. Apparently I still can't, but I'm doing a lot better. Feel a lot better. But my doctor buddy, I talked to him again a little bit today. Not very long, but a little bit. He said I wouldn't be thinking about working for about another 4 days. I went, really? And he says, yeah. The medication kind of fucks with your sensibilities with math and shit. And I know you really don't want to fuck up the work that you're doing. So, yeah, just giving you a warning. I went, well, I appreciate that. I mean, it's the time of night that I'm going to start hacking and coughing and all that stuff, but overall, I'm feeling much better. And I don't know what fucking magic what beer does, but he says, yeah, if you start really coughing, have a beer. That'll cure it. And he says, but don't think the beer is curing you. You still need to take the medication. Well, he's right. And I got to know him through gaming, actually. He plays. He actually plays a bit on War Thunder. So I got to know him a bit from playing video games. Actually, over the years, I've met a lot of good people that play video games. It's kind of one of those things. It brings people together. I know my playing style is quite a bit different from others. Like, yeah, okay, I might be super competitive when it comes to, like, War Thunder and shit like that. Yeah, that's understandable. I'm actually not a bad player. Man, I found one guy. I managed to build up enough energy to play one night a little bit, right? And, yeah, it was on War Thunder. I found a guy on there that was, I'm gonna check this, 89, 84, oh, not much left there, had 26,000 games, right? And he goes, oh, you're all fucking noobs, yada, 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 you know, running his mouth and everything like that. And I like to use a program called Thunderskill. And it's not the greatest, but it does give a bit of context into gameplay, into how people are actually, because War Thunder only collects the latest data. So if you haven't played like me in a month, it doesn't actually show you any data, where Thunderskill does. So I use Thunderskill all the time. And Thunderskill, I decided to, after he's mouthing off a little bit, and, well, yeah, we had a shit game. I think I was number 2, and I had about 4,300 points or something like that. I looked up on Thunderskill, this guy's record, and holy shit. Poor player, very poor player. I'm going, for 26,000 games, one would think you might have learned how to play. Nope. No, he running his mouth and everything else, but and at the end of the day, he still crapped the game. And you can look up mine on Thunderskill too. I'm actually not a bad player. It actually says very good player on randoms and good player on or average player for realistic. I don't play much for realistic. And the number one reason why I don't play realistic that much, even though it's better credits, is simply put of wait times. Especially if I'm streaming, I'll do the random gameplay first, or the arcade, because it's a faster pace. And I find for doing streaming purposes, the faster pace is a little bit better. Not saying I can't do realistic, I'm actually not bad at it either. It's just, for streaming purposes and stuff like that, I found it randoms are a bit faster gameplay. And it also means matches are shorter, so you get to play more. Alright, this hole is basically cleaned up. I'm just going to fill this truck up, and then we're done here as much as I want to be. But then we'll start over there. I think if I get a pretty good handle over there, we should be alright. There's 81%. So yeah, overall, this is actually coming along pretty good. We were sitting at 38th place. I think we're still around there. Yeah, we're still around here. Sitting at 768. So even if I don't know how much is left in here for gold, it's kind of hit and miss. It was 500 on each, but when I came in, it was only saying 180, so it's kind of tough to say. I want to say it's because it's only showing what, about 80s now. 80, yeah, 89 and 84. This might only be a 100-ounce cleanup, but it's tough to say. We got our new wash plant in place, so we might actually be hitting better numbers, maybe. We're at 89%. Yeah, this truckload is definitely going to finish her off. I'm hoping for better numbers. My mechanic is working on something down there. Not entirely sure what, but he's working on it. He only shut my pump down 3 times and still never fixed the goddamn motor. I'm glad that I put the water tower in, though, because no pump can actually keep that thing running. It's only the water tower. It needs the water flow. We did get 1 or 2 nuggets out of here, and they're sitting about 2.1 ounces per nugget, so not bad. 98s across the board, some 99s poking up, some 99s poking the rear end head. There's a mat there that says 100%. That's just wrong. Okay, we're sitting at 100s across the board. All right. Doesn't say we're losing gold. That's one thing I gotta figure out. I really should. Oh yeah, I don't need that. Just need these. Does it not change it anymore? Could I just endlessly run and it just keeps building, or is it? Or should you just know better by now? Well, let's see what this one is. The last one was... The hell was the last one? 600 and something? Yeah, I think the last one was 600 and something. 668 or something like that, or maybe it was 700. I can't remember. Or maybe it was close to 700. Someone rewatch that and tell me. Alright, so everything's cleaned up here. Alright. What frickin' magic is this gonna be? Everything down the line should also be a higher yield if that's the case, because of the Glacier Creek. I don't want to fudge the numbers yet. 629. Yeah, like I said, I was only expecting 100 ounces out of that one little pocket anyways. This was 159 the last time. I expect these ones to be 140 this time because, well, I don't know how well the gold was there. Doesn't really give you a good example of it. Oh, 161, that's actually higher. That is actually not much. 2 ounces higher. It is actually higher. I am kind of actually impressed by that. It also means my sluice run should be higher. In theory. I guess we're going to find out actual practicality on it. Whether or not that's actually has any ounce of truth to it. $161 again. Well, they're consistent. So basically, yeah, the only thing we have left to change out is these duplex jigs, which really suck. They really suck. I mean, they really suck. That didn't go in there, did it? Nope. One more. There we go. Here is done. The only last T3s that I actually have. 5 days to summer, so 5 days in game, and we're already wash plant half upgraded. That's not bad. Really? These mats look absolutely polluted with gold. That could just be a lie, but or there might be some truth to it. Last time we were sitting at 960 for the Nuggeteer cleanup. That much I do remember. Yeah, not bad for just this morning either. Okay, we'll get this one all back together. And we'll go finish cleanup on the other part, and then we'll get her going again. Oh, I want that one there. So 960 was the magic number there. And since we are actually, don't roll on the ground, we can start washing a Jirac. I was, for a second there, I thought that thing was going to roll down the hill. I'm going, no! Still on boat 161. Alright. You can go in there, and I'm going to put you back. $1,022, so we actually do have more on this cleanup. Which is funny because it's actually got less gold in it than the one previously to it. So, overall, that's not bad. I can live with that. When with 156,000 in our account, we still have enough to pay for everything this time. Okay, we just have one more pail, and that's that guy right there. I was going to say we should start seeing the gold content go up a little bit higher and a little bit quicker now that that one's in there. Then we get to see where we sit. Because I don't think we should be in 38th place anymore. We should probably be a bit higher since we're clearing over that 800 ounces. And hopefully, like I said, we set ourselves 1,000 ounce goal for today for cleanup. Shit, 163.99. That's not bad. Our best one was 204. Yeah, that's not bad. Oops, no one can see that. Let's point it down to here. 932. We're right behind K Gira again. So they're sitting at 932. Now we're sitting 35th place actually overall right now. There's a lot of new names here. I'm really happy to see that. That to me, that what that means is there's a lot more players playing the game, which is really actually kind of a good thing. Which means there's more user base and more competition, which is great. I'm really happy to see that. Yeah, that's really good. So we're almost at the we're actually almost at our 1,000 ounce goal. We're only 68 ounces short right now. That's not bad at all. I wonder if he's working on the duplex jig. That's entirely possible. Bam, everything's got 1% on her again. I didn't see if there was anybody that wanted to work for me again. So far, we got a dump trucky guy and we got the mechanic. Be nice to get another dude. Nope, nobody else. Oh well, we tried. Alright, well, we've got 3 holes here now. Alright, let's sort of... We can do 2 slots at a time, basically. So let's park this guy right back in here, first of all. Because these ones aren't too bad. I'm going to deselect these ones. I'm not going to worry about the 80-some ounces there. These ones, yeah, there's not very much for depth, so 279 apiece. Yeah, we should be able to clean out these 2 holes in a short period of time here. And we should start working on the rest. I'll just have to walk this guy over and leave the landmines. I mean, that wasn't a bad cleanup that we had the last time. If we can keep the momentum going, we should be able to clear some pretty decent gold. Pardon me. Like, I want to say, and I want to see, especially before I bugger off down south again, I want to basically push the envelope to having a very high percentage margin on this stuff, so I want to be able to have like 2,000 or 3,000 ounces. Alright, well, not really digging a hard spot there, I'm basically just digging some surveying line. This goes down hard pretty quick. Alright, instant shade. I hit the shade button apparently. I do like the Glacier Creek. Like, I don't think that we would have had that high of a gold weight if it wasn't for it. I think we would have been kind of upset with the progress. So I think we probably gained an extra 15 ounces off that, I would say, roughly. So with 15 ounces, yeah, that basically paid the 40,000 that it cost it for it. So pretty happy overall about that. Overall, actually, I don't think we're doing too bad. And actually, when you really consider, like, I could use the dump truck for all of this and then think about the Frankensteins for Nighthawk. If I can get away with it, maybe strip all this down as much as I can with the dump truck, get my plant up to a maximum tier 5, and be comfortable with it, and just build up straight cash. See if I can build up that 2.4 million to buy out Nighthawk. Like, I mean, we're not that far away when you consider it. If I can justify an extra $40,000-$50,000 rent a day, yeah, we could pop in, get rid of the 2 duplex jigs and pop in those big guys, like they're not duplex jig, they'll come to me. Anyways, if I pop in the tier 5s, then we have a full tier 5 plant, and it's basically just keep digging and digging and digging until we can actually physically run out of gold out of here and see where we sit. Because right now, conceivably, I think we could do it. It's not that far-fetched. Like, we're actually sitting pretty good. Especially when you consider we have 295 ounces right now. Just sitting here. And I conceivably could see us getting probably another... Well, we're digging a lot richer ground right now, so we could probably get, I'd say, maybe 200 ounce cleanups for the next little bit. It wouldn't take us long to get up there. We get 2,000 ounces sitting there that we can process. Well, that's 2,000 ounces is a little over $2 million. I know it doesn't seem like much all of a sudden, but 2,000 ounces out of Pine Valley should be easily doable, even as a total. Actually, it should be probably closer to about 8,000 to 9,000. Pine Valley actually does have a fair bit of gold on it. Especially if we keep upgrading our equipment. We should be able to conceivably get there fairly soon. I can actually dig most of this one out even though the truck's here. The truck's not really on it. So yeah, no, we're actually Like at first it seems like a daunting task, but once you start getting into it, it's not that bad. Like we're digging a fair bit of dirt real quick here. Last time it surprised me, we almost did 1,600 ounces, 1,600 ounces, 1,600 cubic meters dirt processed in a single day. That's not bad for a dump truck. I still miss my Frankensteins. We're gonna have these two plots done way before we're actually done the finished cleanup for this one. We're taking actually fairly quickly here. 73% of the load already. And remember, there was actually about 200 ounces in each one. So that's not bad. And only 5 meters of dirt. Obviously not at one point, but alright, we're on the corner of that plot. Might as well clean it right out. It's depending on it. If it's not too steep over here, which I think it is, unfortunately, but if it isn't too steep on one of these parts, we could actually get the truck down here and really be able to load it quick. I think it is too steep. Well, we're sitting at 24%, so this will be 43. Yeah, about 43%. That's really not bad. I don't know if we'll get there before the end of the day for another cleanup, but it'd be nice. I'm just going to keep digging hard. Like, it doesn't take us long to fill the truck. Especially not when I'm digging right here. And we'll get this little plot cleared off real quick. Then I'll start backing up into the other one. It'll be pretty close. You got 4 hours left to the other one. Well, there's 50% of a truck. $60. Actually 62. I think this one should be a fairly decent cleanup in general. actually working into the other plot. So I guess I should actually start working in front of me again. This plot almost completely cleared out. And this one. Guess I could actually back up a bit more pretty soon here too. Alright, that's a truckload. Yes, drive in the big hole. Yep. Perfect. So this one should push us to about 62%. %61% by the looks of things. I haven't actually had a nugget in a while either. Alright, I am going to back up again. Oh, there's a hole here. That should be enough. That should be enough for me to clean this out. Yep, Actually surprised how much dirt we managed to get out of here without having to really dig into the other plot yet. And I kind of almost want to work backwards going that way. Get those two spots cleared out too. There's 25%. Even though it's bright yellow, I don't think there's much gold left in these two. %31% of a truck. $37. $43, $44. $56. There we go. I think we pretty much got these two cleared out. 62. Huh. Supposed saying 182, 132. There's still apparently about 100 and say 130 ounces between the two of them stuck in these two spots. That's insane. Not entirely sure where because I've cleaned out most of it. There's just a pocket right here. No way there's 180 ounces in that now. 166 and 127. Like, where's this mystery supposed to be hiding? in the edge here? Because it's basically done. They certainly didn't leave much. Whatever mystery it says they're supposed to be in there. And this thing zooms with a guy that actually knows how to put the foot down. Got an extra 3.5% fucking speed on her. Alright, 161, so this will be, or 161, 61%, so this is 80% right here. If I put another 100% truck in here, we're good. Almost 30 kilometers, 30 miles an hour. No, but basically 60 kilometers an hour. That's zooming. I know they can go faster than that. Can I get off? Alright, well, we found one more glitch that's still very much active on it. We apparently can't get off once we're on. And why are we loading so much? One elusive bad satellite. There's a couple of them out there, actually. Three, two, one. But definitely slower than what the other ones normally are. But overall, that's not that bad. I mean, I can't complain about the viewership compared to what I had before. Could you not? There. Sometimes it is a massive friggin' slime ball. Alright, let's try that. I keep hearing things, but I forgot I have the TV on for the cat. He wouldn't settle down otherwise. So I turned the TV on thinking that it's like human contact almost. So now he's happy. My 13 point some odd fucking pound cat. And he's still growing. Like, he's still got to grow into those monster frickin' paws of his. Like, his paws, I shit you not, when he spreads them out, are as big as my palm of my hand. And I'm a big guy. I have huge frickin' hands. That tells you the size of this frickin' cat. And he's just starting to fill out a little bit. Still got a hell of a frame to fill. Like, if he actually fills out to his frame right now, he's probably going to be a 20-pound friggin' cat. And still not look fat. And he walks like he's fucking Macho Man Randy Savage, for frick's sakes. He's got that frickin' walk. It's like, yeah, I'm buff. I'm a buff guy. Yep, Why, hello there, Mix. I might be able to get this truckload done before the end of the night. Maybe. I know I parked the truck in the wrong spot. Should have had it over here, but I could have just went boop. No, had it over here. So technically, it's a longer travel. There is no way there's 100 ounces left in this, in these two. 95.70. I still question that one. Very much question it. Is it hiding in this corner? The other ones went from like 600 down to like 100 in one bucket full. And I question that one a lot too. Going, really? I can't see how that happened. I dug a bit out of that one. Actually, I dug quite a bit out of that one. Okay, that one's down to 47. That one's down to 371 out of 500. So all of a sudden, I've just magically taken most of it out of one corner. I mean, I have taken a chunk out. I wouldn't say it's that large, but I haven't even got to watch any of the Gold Rush for the last 3-4 weeks. So I don't know how Parker's doing, or Tony, or the rest of them. And of course I can't rewatch him because I don't know the frickin' password. Well, actually I do know the password. I just can't log on to my friggin' account because naturally it goes to an old email address, which is just absolutely funkadangles. In other words, no idea. Yeah, there we go. 100%. We can shut that guy off. This will be close enough to a clean out. I might be able to make it by the end of the night. We'll see. We'll call it close enough to a cleanup regardless. And it's sitting at exactly 80%. So this should make it exactly 100. I gotta gas all of these things up. All of it's sitting pretty well empty. Might as well blow my nose while I wait for this. What the hell is my phone doing? No idea. No idea. And all of a sudden decided to go blink. I'm on! No, you're not. I'm off. Alright, let's go pick up a trailer. Which should be full, by the way. And I can go zip over. And I can go fill up. And I can do all the fun stuff. Yeah, it's close enough. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to pick that up if it was full of fuel. You know how heavy that would be? For how many gallons are in this thing? Oh yeah, of course the fuel line's on the other side. Why would I think it isn't? This baby is empty. Alright, back to the plant. Should be pretty close by the time I get back there. Oh crap. I have found the sinkhole. Oh, now I'm down here. Now I'm moved. Holy crap, I was able to climb out of that? Really? Okay. Yeah, that's close enough. 99%. I'm not going out for 1%. Alright. What was this the last time? I forgot already. I think it was like 600 and something, and we went, this might not be as good as we think it is. Joke's on us, it was actually better. Now, if this is like 700 to 800, like, it would be, holy crap, we're on the gold. I doubt it, but holy crap, we'd be on the gold. I mean, we should be getting better numbers. And I say that because we're got a tier 5 freaking wash plant. And we got tier 5 trommel. Yeah, we won't make it by the end of the night, not the way it's going. $774. We're gonna have a hell of a cleanup. I can tell you that right frickin' now. This one will probably be, oh, I hate to take a guess, but let's say 189. 189 is a good healthy number. $198. Holy crap, we're pushing close to 200 ounce cleanup. That's pretty good. That's not pretty good. That's actually really frickin' good. No, why did I do that? You just do that. I'll just pull it from there. Alright. All those are done, so I can climb up here and get this going. I mean, those are some healthy frickin' numbers for the duplex jig. And the duplex jig actually sucks because it's a tier 3 versus everything else being a tier 5. Get on the frickin' thing. Mats don't even look as good as the last ones. But we know they are. Up we go. Done yet? Don't you dare fall off. Alright, let's get you going. Let's get you on. And I'm actually fairly quick at this. Okay, you done yet? Ah, fuck it, I'll just go up with this. We still got one more pail to clean yet. We won't make it by the end of the night, we know this. You fucker. $192. I mean, this is good cleanup. There is no question about it. It is a good, solid cleanup. Then it'll start to run when it's running. Ooh, batteries are on sale. Okay, it's $2,400 in salaries. That's whatever. $1,400 in processed dirt. That's not bad. 320 ounces in earned gold. And so the rent provisions were 128, and money spent on machinery was exactly what we figured, about 75,000. So not bad. So we'll do our 1 ingot again, and that'll push us to the point where we're comfortable for the end of the day. And we'll see what this one was. The last time it was 1,022. I remember that number. Why? I don't know. I remember that number. 1,250. I think we're going to We're going to be pretty quick. No. We're going to be probably pretty close to our best cleanup yet. And the Glacier Creek has a lot to do with it. And I do mean a lot to do with it. So we should be over our 1,000 ounce goal for the day by a lot. By a pretty healthy number. We're 93% on that pail. Well, we'll finish our fuel up. And we'll get the tank over here. We'll drop the tank off, and then we'll grab the truck, grab this, and head over, dump it, maybe upgrade some stuff. Gold loss would be great. Upgrade the gold loss so we're not so bad. What are we sitting at? Not quite. Pretty freaking close, though. Our best was 204.90. And this one was 290. So leaderboards. We're actually past Kate Gear at the moment, which is scary. Oh, Cookie's in here. Yeah, we're sitting at 1133.28. We're actually sitting pretty good. We blew past our 1,000 ounce goal, and we're still got some time. One thing that's going to happen at 10 o'clock is I'm going to take a few minutes break. So basically just you'll have some ambient noise in the background and such like that. I got to go feed the cat and grab a drink, and we'll continue on. This is kind of like the birthday bash for me because I missed my birthday and wasn't able to stream with you guys and things like that. So yeah, it sort of kind of sucks. So yeah, we're going to and I'm feeling not bad, so we're going to continue on. I'll wander out here for a little bit, fall in another hole. I mean, we can't complain about what we got. That was a pretty healthy amount. Unfortunately, that 80 ounces of it disappears real quick. But we're gonna do our big nugget, or big ingot right away here, and we should actually have a lot more, especially if I get to upgrade my. Especially if I get to upgrade the words are escaping me right now. Gold content and the amounts on it. Okay, you're sitting almost level. Well, not after you do that. And my truck's just gone. What part of parking brake doesn't this thing work? I know I threw it on. But it just fucked right off. Apparently the parking brake thing is still broken. That part is still broken. Alright, let's spin around. Let's pick up our pail. And let's head her off, man. Man, is there that much delay on my freaking video? Really? Alright. Apparently there's a delay. News to me, but okay. And that's... The magnetite's heavy. Of course, it's mostly iron. Got a little bit of gold content to it, but it's mostly iron. It's kind of like pyrite in a lot of ways. As I skid into the turn. Oh, there's going to be a healthy amount. This is probably going to be about 7,000? Yeah, 51. Not as much. Not as much as I was expecting it to be. Why is my truck angled like this? Still 5,000 ounces, so whatever we don't use for the upgrade, we sell. And by doing it that way, at least I'm actually making a bit extra. And the magnetite at a certain point, once we do the major upgrades, we won't be using it. Ah, stupid thing. They still haven't got this frickin' fixed. Yeah, I like to do this. Okay, upgrade. All this one is done. I got 2,400 left. Damn, by that much. Alright, we're selling it. Well, there's an extra 18,000 in my pocket. That helps a bit. We're going to do one 180 ounce bar. And because of this, it was 100. I had 162, I think it was. I think I had 162 ounces bar last time because of the gold loss. The gold loss is huge, by the way. It really sets it apart. Makes it a bit difficult too. But now that I got rid of some of the gold loss, this should be a bit bigger. Yeah, 171. Yeah, we basically made 9 ounces. Doesn't sound like much, but that's huge. Now we go off to the bank. 171, that's basically about 194,000. Rough calculation. That's one way to stop, just plow into the pole. Stock 203. Oh, okay, my math really sucks. So we're at 292 now. I think we're effectively not too bad. I think we can actually marginally live off that. I know I could have drove here, but backing into this was just way better. So yeah, 292,000. I can live with those margins. I am happy over that one. Yeah, so this is my duplex jig. Its description: it uses gravity to separate gravel from the pay dirt. Its final step before rinsing the gold. Yeah, I'm only gonna change out $2,800 difference. Have these things gone down in price much? This one's 10 grand piece difference. Do not let the appearance deceive you. It may not look like the a technologically advanced machine, but it does the job well and is suitable jig replacement for a bit higher price. So that one's $236. And the gravel pump, that's what I'm thinking of. At first glance, gravel pump doesn't differ much from the jig. However, the difference in structure have a huge impact on performance, which is better in the pump. Get it? She's a bit of a blowhard. They are coming down in price. They were $22,000. Now they're only basically $22,000. So that's $40,000 extra. We're sitting at $110,000 a day. But he says we'd be sitting much better off. So basically 21.8, so that's 43.6. So 43,600. I mean, it's a gamble. That puts us down to 250, and then we should still have enough. Works out to be about 110,000 a day, which we're on good ground. Can I not? Yes, Glacier Creek, you're expensive. And there's only one pail, which means our cleanups are quicker. Oh, it's a fucking conundrum. What do I do? Do I do it? I almost want to. I really do. That means I would have all tier 5. I would have all tier 5. I would have a 100% tier 5 setup and run. Oh, fuck it. Let's do it. 43,000. Wait a minute. Did I say 43,000? I think I did. 43,600, right? So does it say? Basically 43,600. All right, man. Isn't as bad as I thought. Yeah. Let's do it. Days early, we can do a couple cleanups. We should be fine. I said should. There's distinction. I forgot to transport him, didn't I? I forgot to transport him. Son of a bitch. Oh, we also forgot to transport the other ones, which are basically $3,000 extra. Ugh. I know it cost extra, but I agree 100% with the dude that said it. Duplex jigs, and we know these things are going to break down soon. Duplex jig. Where'd it go? Duplex jig. Yep, 3,000. I agree 100% with these guys. It's the ease of trying to take them out. Because a lot of times they fight you to get out. So you eliminate that by just fucking doing this, and it's like, blink, out did it go? I know it's a bit of a pain in the ass way to do it, but I agree that it works. And if by any chance this actually does work to a certain point, there should be 400 ounces of magnetite per jig. Oh, great. They're all on their side. Oh, no, actually, only... Come on, you piece of shit. Can I have a real truck? Not the long box piece of crap, which I think is either a Dodge or a Ford. I mean, it could be a Chevrolet. No. Not with that emblem on the front, though. Alright, duplex jig, you're going in the fucking trash. I mean, I'm not going to make much off this. I know I'm not. Not in a million years. This means I won't have to pay an extra 4,000. That's basically all it works out to. It's basically 4,000. Why did you spin out of control that badly? Why are you such a piece of shit? I mean, if I was moving the stuff around, I would totally do this with a half done. If it meant not busting the half done. Okay, what's it stuck on now? You, sir, are going to get in there. Alright. Hang on. I gotta go get the other one. Oh, crap. Why'd my screen go over to that one? There we go. And if we're really careful, we might be able to use the truck to get those ones in. Maybe. Might not have to walk that frickin' track all the way back down. Alright. Alright, you're going over here. You're going over here. Alright, upside down. I don't care. Why do you spin out of control so wildly, truck? Wasn't like I was going very fast backwards. I was maybe doing a half the speed of smell. Yep, it hits that ridge every time. Very freaking magical ridge. Alright, that might be enough. Duplex Jakes. Yes, let's get rid of them. Alright, here we go with $110,000 worth of equipment. I mean, if it makes us that extra 10 to 20 ounces, I am all for it. Not to mention, we're getting prepped for Nighthawk. That's essentially what it works out to be. Getting all prepped for Nighthawk. Nighthawk is a huge deal. Oh, I did not want that direction. Where are you going, truck? I'm backing up. You keep going backwards down the hill. I want to turn you. Turn. There we go. Well, okay, we're in the right direction. We went completely backwards in time, but... Alright. Well, if I just continue driving down the hills, such as this... Although I need to move the frickin' pails out of my way. I want you all over here. And it was one of the guys that was, or ladies, or whoever. It was somebody watching the channel that said, oh geez, the pickup truck to move that stuff. It works better than the Traco. Really? Alrighty, well I'm all for trying this out. Nope, this ain't working. Get off the front end of my truck. I'm trying to move you in place. And you are stuck on the front of my truck again. Well, that's probably my fault. I probably keep trying to push it through the grill. Grill of me truck. Alright, well, things have now fucking transpired. Good job, piece of crap truck. I don't know if I can. Yes, I can. Alright, piece of crap truck is back here. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Bonk. Slam. She's in place. Alright, well, we've got one of them in. I guess spending the time to get the track code down over here might have been a little bit quicker. Then again, I could be wrong by that. I mean, we are moving them. I got one of them in place magically somehow. I need to split the eye of the needle and go the other way with this. This one. Yep, we need to go on this side. Yes, sir. Yep. We're stuck on stuff again. Nope, no. What's going on here? Truck, you fucked up. Now you can't even get up the fucking hill because you're fucking useless, you piece of shit truck. It's a small little incline. Now you gotta turn it back over. Get it going the right direction. Yes, there's pails in the way. I'm fine with it. Alright, it's upright. No, quit trying to push it. Now, okay, get up the hill. I know it's not much of a hill, but it seems to be hard for you. No, where's you going? I didn't say go backwards. I said turn it around. You swine contraption. Now go up the hill. And it's got to be a dodge. Because even Fords have more power than this. No, stop. Fords also have brakes. 9 times out of 10. Alright. What are you doing? That's not anything that I want you to do. I want you to come over here and bump it this way. No, I didn't say that direction. See, now you're stuck on something else. Good job, you piece of shit truck. Are you going to get off of it sometime this century? Or are you just going to be absolutely asinine and not figure it out? Like, how can this thing, with differential lock, not make it up the simplest of hills? Okay, now you're stuck on it. Good job. Well, it's the wrong direction again. It was the right direction, but you fucked up. Alright, I'm getting the track. Oh, fuck it. This truck sucks. It just doesn't have any power. You stomp on the gas and it goes, la 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 la. Oh, I'm supposed to be moving forward. Gotcha. I understand. No, you don't. Hell, my truck has more power in two-wheel drive than this thing does in its differential lock. By the way, my truck's scary in differential lock. It doesn't turn, but fuck's sakes, don't get in front of it. Alright, you know what? This thing's got some dirt in it. It's probably valuable. Let's do that. It is amazing how much power those 3/4 tons have. Like, I mean, stupid raw power. Like pulling a semi that's stuck, no fucking issues whatsoever. So we're down south, right? And we were out in a snowstorm trying to find food. We found food. And yeah, this little packy guy stuck in the middle of the road, but he was stomping on a fucking gas like a fucking noob, and truck just going sideways and jackknifing. Couldn't figure it out. I mean, there wasn't even a hill. It's just an icy corner. And I looked at him and said, well, for one, don't stomp on the gas. 2, put the thing in neutral. And I had a ratchet strap in my truck, but it's one of the actual 40,000-pound ones, right? This is not a normal ratchet strap. It's a heavy-duty one. I'm not digging hard soil, thank you very much. I'm actually not even digging soil. I was turning the bucket in the middle of the air. Good job, game. So yeah, I said to him, I said, well, The ratchet strap might break, and if it does, whoop-de-doo. I honestly don't care if it does or doesn't. I should only need 2 of these. And I said, Jep, just keep her in neutral. I said, don't even, because he was jackknifed, like putting it in drive would not have affected it or done anything with it whatsoever the way you want it to. It would have just caused more issues. And I said to him too, I said, well, just keep it low RPM, don't do anything with it, just idle. I said, and I'm going to give you just a little bit of a tug, not much. I said, and I'm going to straighten you out. Just keep it in neutral, keep your feet off the brakes, and just let the truck slide. And the guy says, yeah, okay, no problem. I get you. And he did, too. He actually did exactly what I told him to, which was a first. He didn't try to spin. He didn't try to put it in gear. He didn't try to do anything. He basically, like, I fucked up. This guy obviously knows what the hell he's doing. So I just basically stuck my truck into, I figured, differential lock, low range, here we go. This'll be, if anything else, entertaining. Well, not only did that 3/4 ton pull the jackknife semi out without any issues whatsoever, yeah, it walked him around the corner and up the hill. He was just completely amazed. He goes, I didn't think that would actually work like that. And I went, well, you know, sometimes. And I said, it's not the first time that I've done things with semis. I've pulled fully loaded B trains up a hill with a 1/2 ton before. Can it be done? Yes. If you know what you're doing. You know what? This would be great if this fucking thing would turn. This isn't how hooks are supposed to work. Alright. We're going to do this. We're going to put a kitty corner from each other. Fucking truck's in the way again. Alright, let's go kitty corner. No, and it'll spin it the wrong direction. Seriously. This is not how physics actually work. But, you know, this game is difficult. Wants to be difficult. So we'll switch the hooks around. Alright, spin, batter, batter, batter. No, 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 you fucking stay. What are you doing, game? It wanted to hump the trommel, apparently. The Traco got really excited by what I was saying. It's going, ooh, differential lock, ooh, I like that. I want to get it. I'm very excited right now. Don't be. Don't you fucking be. So yeah, no, the guy actually offered to e-transfer me money. I just looked at him and went, no, dude. No, this one's free. He goes, but I don't understand. I said, well, you seem like a nice guy. I said, you're lacking a little bit in the abilities department, but you seem overall like a nice guy. So, nice guys help other nice guys. It's the way it works. I said, so, no, I don't want any money. You keep your money. Are you sure? And I went, yeah, 100%. I could have probably made $300-400 off him. And I tried to explain to him, too. I said, you know, when you're in a situation like this, where you feel like you're just losing traction, losing control, I said, stop what you're doing and think about it. I said, what's the reason why you're losing control? you're losing traction. I said, to gain traction, you put it in the lowest gear possible, take your foot off the gas, and let the truck do the work. I said, you'd be surprised. Even in just two-wheel drive without differential lock or anything else, I said, in first gear, I said, you're not going to make any speed records, but you're going to take off. I said, it could be the iciest road in the humanly possible. You put that truck in first gear and let off the gas, it will gain traction on its own. And it'll start walking out of there. I said, even if your tires are hot, it'll start walking. You just got to let the truck do the work. And I said, if you still are starting to spin, or if the truck's spinning and trying to grab, I said, there's another trick to it too. I said, grab your steering wheel and wiggles the steering wheel back and forth. It'll find its path to keep moving. The guy was so appreciative. And my employee goes, if anything else, I think you made his day. I said, well, one, I know how expensive the frickin' tow truck would have been. And those guys would have saw this poor bastard and went, he's an idiot. Well, we're going to charge him an arm and a leg. I mean, yeah, the guy was inexperienced. He didn't know how to handle his truck. We were all there at once. Yeah, if you give the guy a chance, and you teach him a few life skills, and say, hey, look, we've all made mistakes. Yeah, help him out. At the end of the day, and this is the one thing that gets me, at the end of the day, you never know. You could be on the side of the road. Lo and behold, this guy comes zipping along and go, hey, I know that guy. Stops and helps you. I mean, it all comes around. And I hate getting paid for lending a hand to someone. I know a few years ago, and you really got to be careful of this one now, because pretty girls on the side of the road typically means you're going to get robbed, or someone's going to steal your shit, right? I saw this one young girl on the side of the road, and she was looking not like I'm going to rob you or anything like that. And she wasn't doing the pretty face or anything like that. It was basically like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. I have no idea what the fuck to do. And yeah, that was kind of obvious. Turns out she had drove over something. Can't remember what it was, but it like shredded her frickin' tire. And she had a spare. It wasn't the Lifesaver donut either. It was a full-size spare. But she didn't have the tools in her car to be able to do anything about it. And it was like, okay. I can see where this could go sideways. Pardon me. I gotta blow my nose once in a while. So, and she was a farm kid, first of all, so she knew how to change her own tire. But the problem is she didn't have the tools in the car to do it. Because for whatever reason, like she said, she bought it used and it didn't come with a jack or the wrench. So she goes, I basically hooped it. And she says, my cell phone doesn't work here, which it did, and there was no cell coverage. Even mine was sketchy. And I said, well, oddly enough, this will work out in your favor today. And she kind of went, what do you mean? And I said, well, I had to go into town earlier to change out my mother's tire, which was kind of funny. So I had the flat little floor jack, which actually does pretty good, right? Stick a block between it, like on the jack part, between the jack point of the vehicle, and you can crank things up pretty freaking good with it, right? So it works. Close. That's what I want. And I had my frickin' full 3/4 inch drive set with my cordless impact. And it's like, oh, it's your lucky day. I got all the tools needed to do this job right now. And I said, I just actually repaired my mother's tire in town. I swapped it out. So able to jack up. Wasn't a very big vehicle. It was only like a little tiny car. But yeah, I was able to completely jack it up. Yeah, I'm gonna change things a little bit here. I'm just gonna move this off to the side for now. Yeah, and she was another one that was so appreciative. She says, "Well, here's my." At the time, she was really young. She was only like 15, 16. But here's my parents' number. I don't have any money on me. I'm sure they will pay you on that. And it's like, I didn't do it to get paid. I saw you in trouble on the side of the road, and I could tell that you weren't going to rob me or anything. So it's like, no. No, I'm actually just going to, out of the goodness of my heart, help you out. I think I still have her parents' number somewhere. That wasn't... None of that was the point. The whole point was just to help out. Yep. Clearly, I forgot to put this in. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Actually, I did it to one of my... I was working up north. Well, north where I am at. Near my buddy's place, and I think I was working at my buddy's place at that time, and a hell of a snowstorm come through, and I'm driving along, and I had the half ton at this point, and I come across the semi on the side of the road, and I'm looking and going, well, that's a fucking weird place to park, right? And I get a little closer and go, fuck, that semi is not a weird place to park. He slid into the ditch. The fucking wind caught him, and he was running empty, and yeah, just caught him the right way and slid him across the road a little bit, hit a soft spot in the ditch, and he went in. Then you could tell where he stuck it in. Didn't matter of skill at this point. He stuck it in differential lock and everything else, and it was walking. And the downside was, it caught a ridge, and he couldn't hop his truck over that ridge. So no matter what he was doing, he couldn't pop it up and over. So he's basically just continually driving on the edge of the ditch, and he was getting close to the steep part of that ditch. And he saw it, I saw it, and it's like, it was probably 90-kilometer winds that day in a snowstorm, so we were basically blowing sideways. And I said, well, now I'm working out at my buddy's place here. I said I had to go into town to get materials. Of course, the worst day possible to do that, but if I want the job done, gotta do it, right? And and he says, yeah, I get that. I said, do you have a chain or anything? He says, yeah, I got loads of chains, but he says, you're not going to pull me with that half ton. And I said, I don't have to pull you. I said, all I have to do is anchor. And I said, I've done it a few times now. All I have to do is be your anchor. And I said, I'm going to anchor tight on the other side of the ditch. And I said, you're going to do the work. And I said, but I'm just going to keep you from sliding further in the ditch. I'm just going to keep a little tension on the chain and keep you from sliding. Yeah, we got to probably win another 200 yards, and it finally popped him on the road just because I had tension on it. And he says, hey, man, that frickin' worked. He says, can I offer you anything for the help? And I said, no. I want nothing in return. And he says, well, I got to give you something. And he says, I think the wife's making fresh made pierogies at home. Why don't you stop by? Well, it's just a mile and a half down the road. So it's like, yeah, okay, no problem. I'll do that. Got to be actually pretty good friends with him in the end. Was a really good guy. Well, still is. He was just amazed that the half ton was able to do that. And I said, well, it wasn't like I was pulling you. All I was doing is staying ahead of you and being an anchor, so you could pull yourself out. The fuck is the mechanic working on this thing now for? Buckets? I forgot to turn the water on. Yep, no fucking water. You forgot the miner grill. Oh shit. I did forget it, didn't I? No. Oh, yes I did. I forgot that side. Fuck. Well, we got 3%. We managed to get 3% there, but there's nothing being washed right there. Oh, well, it was only 3%. I like how it says, you forgot the miner grill. I'm looking at that going, oh, fucking A. No, I didn't. At least it tells you when you're stupid. Yeah, now it's working just fine. This thing is shaky, shaky, shaky. How are we doing for water? Well, we got 8. Yeah, we got 8. We're good yet. So we did one truckload so far, so that's only going to be basically like 18, 19. Not much. And yes, I know I said 10. We're going to go to maybe 10:25 or something, and then I'll swap off for... I'll keep the stream running. It's just I'll quickly zip down, feed the cat. It's nightly endeavors, and grab a drink because I'm gonna need a drink. Go to the bathroom. I'm gonna need to do that too, and then yeah, I'll be back, and I'll just leave you with sweet, subtle views of like a loading screen, because you know that's super awesome. I could swap off to an image, but I can't remember how to do that, so professional, sort of. We'll get this next truckload in, and hopefully I'm not as stupid on the rest of it. So we'll get this truckload to the plant, and then we'll quickly take a break. And then we'll go for maybe another hour or so. I'd like to do 1, maybe 2 more cleanups tonight. To-doot. That's what we're going to call it. It's a to-doot. Remember that when I said the brain isn't quite working? Like how I forgot the maths? I wouldn't have done that normally. Not on purpose anyways. Well, I would have done it purposely, but it would have been like, hey, this will be a bit. This will be a funny bit. Oh, 47%. I am curious to know how much extra gold we're going to get because of swapping out those. We should be fine. Like I said, we're at 240,000. And we can go all day with the water content that we have, so we don't have to worry at all about any of that, which is great. And yeah, we should be doing all right with everything else too. %65. I think overall we're not doing too bad. Like, I mean, the start of the season already, and we're sitting at basically 1,100 ounces. I think we should be able to hit 2,000 ounces pretty easily and quickly. So we have a full tier 5 setup now. So we should be able to bankroll a pretty hefty amount. We actually need about 3 million, to be honest, because we need the water tower. We need to survey it, which takes time and money and everything else. Which is fine. That shouldn't be too bad. $98. Okay, I'm going to quickly go do that, like I said I was going to. It might be about 11 o'clock before we get back, but that's fine. Like I said, even if it does roll over, we have lots of gold and we have lots of money for another day. I'm not worried about it. But I'll leave you with watching the wash plant self-destruct. It's entertaining, right? Plus, I really do have to take a leak. I'm like, water, get the eyes, man. Alright, I'll leave you with this. I'll go in few. Alright. I will be back as soon as I can. Willing, of course. Just gonna leave that there too. I am back. The sweet, subtle sounds of a wash plant being, well, washed. Well, this will either kill me or taste really good. One of the two. Or both. Alright. That's still being fixed. And where are we sitting at? 37%. Oh boy, we're at 37%. Alright, that's not bad. I'm actually pretty happy with so far the progress of this. Tonight we might actually be I rushed. Shouldn't have done that. Extra activities make me cough a lot. Oh. So we might actually be, after the stream, set maybe about 1,500 ounces, which is pretty frickin' cool. I wasn't expecting to get this much this quickly in the match. Makes sense why everyone else is so much higher too. And if you're just tuning in, I just got back from a little hiatus of getting a drink, feeding the cat, finding out that the bacon Mom bought was, it's got a hole in the packaging and it leaked all over the fridge. So I had to clean that up too. Hence why I'm coughing. A sip of beer, that calms it down. Stupid, but it calms down. We're sitting in 30th place with 1,133.28 ounces. And if we get another 200 ounce cleanup, we'll be blasting past both of these people in a very short period of time. Oh. Why does the beer work that way? Like instantly. Just calmed it down, not coughing. What the fucking hell is in that? Is it the yeast? Is it the... Maybe it's the yeast that does it. That's so weird. Well, 50% there. Still have that tickle. Still tickle. So this is the first time that we actually have the gravel pumps plus the new wash plant set up on good gold. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of mysteries we actually come up with. I'm hoping for some pretty decent numbers actually. I'm thinking this time we might get pretty close to breaking our clean out record. course, that is sitting at 204.90. Was my best so far. This season, anyways. If I had more employees that could actually work a bit better, it would up the efficiency of the plant quite a bit. I swear, I can breathe. Might be a lie, but I think. You know, 37%, so this will push it to about 56-ish. And I didn't see if anybody wanted to come work for me. It's been been a couple days now. Ah, we do. We have one new one. Trommel! Hell yeah, we're hiring that bitch. 2.85% efficiency. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, son. Yeah, it's a good one. I'm not gonna lie, that actually is a good one. That's a really good one. Alright. I've not saved in a long time. So I'm going to save. I'm quickly going to check the stream health here. Actually, stream health wise, we're looking actually pretty good. Pretty good. Not quite the same numbers as Farming Sim, but still not bad. It's hard to beat Farming Sim. That is the #1 frickin' heavily watched program out there. Have not seen a nugget in a while either. But yeah, we got gravel pumps, and now we've actually got, for better part 2/3 of the run time, we've got the trommel bonus. So yeah, we've got we're sitting pretty healthy. I'm not gonna lie on that one. That's a pretty nice little pick me up. An extra 2.85% increase in trommel capacity and performance. Yeah, that's a pretty nice, healthy little bonus. Might only equate to 1 or 2 ounces, but I mean, that helps the sluice runs, helps the gravel pumps, everything basically down the line on it, right? So yeah, I'm pretty pleased by that. Okay, I could probably get rid of this guy. Yeah, 24 ounces. He's pretty much done. He's also pretty much done. Okay, so quit digging down, stupid. Just dig across into the next one. Oh yeah, it's pretty much done. I think I can basically start backing up. Yeah, onto the corner of the next one there. I mean, Gold Rush is a hell of a series too. When I talk performance of my channel, the 2 top ones that poke their rearing heads out all the time is Farming Sim and Gold Rush. They're the two most watched series out there. Not to discredit Assassin's Creed or Sniper Elite. Sniper Elite had quite a few numbers too, and still is getting a fair pile. But it's definitely not one of my most loved series. This and Farming Sim by far. Which is why I keep doing it too, not just because of the views, but I actually do enjoy it too. I don't know, there's something to be said for mindless activities. And digging ground is a mindless activity. There ain't a whole lot of skill to this. It's basically like, okay, bucket full of dirt, bucket full of dirt, bucket full of dirt, dump it into the truck. Bucket full of dirt. Okay, bucket empty. Now I have to go fill the bucket. Bucket full of dirt, bucket full of dirt. See, mindless activities. $97. You know what? I'll just skim off a little chunk there. There we go. Still not full truck. What the hell? Truck full of dirt. Truck full of dirt. Truck full of dirt. Going to dump the truck. Mindless activities. We actually did have a pretty good day on Farming Sim too. We did yesterday too. We actually got all the baling done, all the small baling. We got the new setup for the seating hooked up. Took me a while. We actually did one little contract, made an extra $160,000 out of it, so that helped. That helped me push me along pretty nicely. And basically tonight I'm going to keep doing Gold Rush until I basically get tired. Or till 12 o'clock rolls around and I can have another pill and go to bed. For 4 hours, and then I'll wake up and have to take a leak and take another pill. Vicious cycle. But I also got to stay true to form too. When they told me that my doctor buddy says if you can't wake up, use your alarm clock, but you do got to keep it on a 4-hour schedule no matter what. He says you aren't going to get better until you actually take the medicine accordingly, the way it's supposed to be taken. All right, Doc. I will do my due diligence. I really do want to get healthy again so I can get back to work. Work is starting to stockpile up, and I got to get busy. Like, I really do got to get busy. I've got a few contracts that are coming up, and I've got to haul ass and get done and get on to the next one, so I can get on to the next one and get on to the next one. And I want to do advertising and get on to the next one. Like, we're spring and summertime, we're actually looking at some pretty decent numbers this year, which is better than expected. We've got some pretty decent sized contracts coming up. My debit machine guys are happy with my progress, so I'm happy. They actually they lowered a couple of my fees this year, which I was actually quite surprised by. They came right out and said, "Hey, it's time to renegotiate your terms. Are you satisfied with the the servicing? And they said, oh yeah, absolutely. No issues whatsoever. And I said, oh, okay, well, that's great. And they said, well, we noticed that the amount of stuff going through is actually quite substantial, so we want to upgrade you to another tier of performance, so we're going to lower your fees. And I said, oh, hey, anytime you get to lower the fees, I'm happy with. Then I asked the guy, I said, so, in your opinion, how am I doing? And they said, well, most retail that use their point of sale service doesn't actually have the volume that I put through. Like they said, a lot of times, like, they might do more transactions than me by a long shot. Like he says, you've basically done, say, 3-4 transactions a month, right? Whereas they're doing 200 to 300 transactions a month. And he says, which sounds like a lot of a difference, except for the fact of the volume. They said, your one job will basically outperform their 200 to 300 transactions. Without question. I went, really? And he goes, oh yeah, quite substantial. He says, so you times that by 3 or 4, all of a sudden, holy crap, you're doing 3 to 4 times as much as what those guys are with 300 transactions. And I went, well, that actually makes sense. They said, so yeah, if we lower the fees, it helps you, but you're also pushing through the volume. And he says, and we like the big volume ticket items because we actually, he says, I hate to say it, but we make more off your transactions than we do with the little guys. Which is funny because I'm still a very small company, but it's just the way it's being processed, I guess. So that's 94%, I guess. So yeah, as a point of sale, they're really happy with a construction guy like me that has a debit machine. And like they said, realistically, it's entirely up to the client's abilities to basically what their card limits are. But he says you can have $100,000 transaction go through on your point of sale in one transaction. He says we'd be fine with that. Well, shit, yeah, especially if it wasn't a debit card. If it was a frickin' MasterCard or Visa, I mean, I'm not going to say what I get charged for, but you can roughly figure it out. It's like, oh yeah, they're making a huge transaction off me. At the same time, I'm happy because, well, there's a few things, and the reason why I look at this too, it's like, okay, for transaction wise, I don't have to chase people down to get checks, which is great. Cash is king. Cash is still king. There's no two ways about it. Cash is still very much king. 38 ounces. I know that's a lie. There's still good gold hiding in this. I haven't even touched it yet. Yeah, so cash is still king. If somebody wants to pay me cash still, yeah, no, cash is king. I am not going to question it whatsoever. But with debit machines, I don't have to chase anybody. If I do get paid with check, it's like, okay, well, now I gotta take time out of my busy day to go to the bank, waste a bunch of time at the bank to get the check in. They might hold the check, especially depends on the volume of the check. Say if you get paid like $25,000 in a check, they gotta verify those funds, which takes 7 days, right? So it's like, okay, they've got to verify the funds. And meanwhile, you're going, man, I could really use that $25,000 like yesterday. why is it taking so long, yada yada yada, and you're starting to get impatient, and you're worrying about their finances and everything else. Point of sale is different. You could have that same $25,000 transaction. It does the closeout. I have it set at 9 p.m. every day. 9 p.m. next day, 11 o'clock, it's in the bank. Just like that. Boom. As long as it's a business day. If it's on the weekend, it's basically going to be sitting in there till Monday. Monday, 11 o'clock in the morning, bam, it's there. That's like, no, there's no question. It's just instantly in your account. There's no fucking around. There's nothing. It's just there. It's like instant transfer. And e-transfers, everyone says they're safe. They're not. I've had 2 of them fucking stolen. Basically, the hacker sits on the fucking node, watches it go by. Doesn't matter if it's password protected or whatnot. It's basically stolen. As soon as you say, all right, here's my email address, bam, gone. There's absolutely dick all for security, and there's dick all for reimbursement. Whereas with the debit machine, it's like, hey man, if there's a problem with the payment, let us know, man. We'll get looking at it immediately. I actually had one issue last year with the debit machine, and these guys were fantastic about it. Hang on. I think we're actually full. The client got billed twice, so they had double damages on their frickin' Visa. And I looked at it, and like, I was the one who spotted it, and I looked at it and went, okay, this wasn't much of a transaction, right? It was only like $5,000, but why did it take 10 and clear it? That's fucking weird. I started looking at it, and oh yeah, the damn thing took 2 payments. So I phoned the guys that have the point of sale unit, and I said, hey, this took 2 units. What the hell do I do? They went, huh, that's very strange. Let's take a look at the unit. They looked into the unit, and it was the unit itself that frickin' had an issue. Well, they had it fixed, and they said, all right, all you have to do is hit the refund button of one of the transactions. Doesn't matter which one, just hit one of them. And yeah, it'll clear it, and the client will be refunded that cash. Oh shit, cool. Hit it. Next day, the client phoned me up because I told them what happened, and they said, hey, thanks for being honest. Thanks for telling me what was going on and all that. Thanks for the refund. And yep, took a look. It's all back in there, no issues. So I can't complain. I'm going to run it just a little bit longer to get those ones 100%. That way it gives me a good testing average. Not to mention it's weird seeing 100% and not saying, you're losing gold. Maybe it doesn't lose gold anymore. Alright. Maybe I can run it longer. I don't know. Do I take the chance? I don't know. I don't know. The other thing I really want to try to find is financing. I wish I could give my clients the option of financing. Because some of these jobs, I'm not going to lie, some of the jobs I've been doing lately are huge. And if I can offer a certain amount of financing for them, it might be worth it. It might be worth it for a lending company, but it might be worth it for me too. Because it's like, okay, here, you've instant access to the funds. Then it's up to them to pay the lending company, not me, because I just get paid from the lending company. So, in the end, it might actually be worth it. I just got to find the right lending company. Because, like Axiom and all of them, those are small time. They only do transactions up to like $5,000. I mean, I do some pretty massive transactions. That's peanuts. So shall we see what this will bring us? One pail, ha ha ha. I forget we're not doing 2 pails anymore. That's actually a fair bit. 914. But where am I going with this? That goes in there. They're just running away with gold. But I like 914. Holy frickety frack. We're definitely on some good gold if that's 914. It's especially good gold if this hits above 400. 746. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to break our record here. I think this one's going to be more than 204. So what are we sitting at with this one? Two there, 746. That is that is insane. I guess the big test will be this guy. The best I've ever seen out of this one was 1264. 1264 or something like that. Which is pretty damn good. But I think we're going to be over that. By how much? I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm on better ground. I don't know if it's because of necessarily all the upgrades. Could be the upgrades. I forget, I can actually jump onto this now. Just from the end. Gold nugget here is done processing. At least I get to see if it falls through. Alright, let's process this guy. If it wasn't such good gold ground, I would try to run it at 100% just to see if it made a difference. But, yeah, I don't frickin' trust it right now. Okay. I'm gonna forget the grills this time. Of course, I'm not rushing. And we'll actually put these away right away. Bump, 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 bump. Alright, let's turn off the light. Kind of obnoxious. And let's go see what this will bring. So that pail's 100%. Alright. And we cleared 50%, no problem with that one. Like, I know we're on better gold ground, but I think all the upgrades have a lot to do with it too. 1487, holy crap. Yeah, this is going to be a good cleanup. I might have to be able to shut down the upgrades here pretty soon and just go straight gold cleanup into this. That'd be something. That would really be something. I think this is definitely going to be one of our best cleanups yet for this season. Especially with that. I think with the worker that's working the trommel, that 285 is better. Glacier Creek is better. Gravel pumps made a huge significant increase. We might have to go do the upgrade in the magnetite right away. I'm not going to dick around with the gold content though. Not yet anyways. Not until the next day. 278.18. Oh yeah, that definitely is a far cry better one. That's 74 ounce difference from my best one. Yeah, that's significant. Leaderboards. 28. We're way beyond those guys. We're sitting at 14.11.45. So 1,500 ounce goal for tonight. Well, one more cleanup, and we're going to be probably, if it's another 250 ounce cleanup, that's 1660. We're going to be right up to Koro Ziff. Yeah, that's not bad. We're clearing some pretty good numbers here. So let's grab the pickup truck here, wherever I have it hiding. Let's go get rid of this one right away. We're going to also take that get a fuel tank here and fill it up along with the truck. I mean, we can do another upgrade, and then whatever we have left over from the upgrade, we can just sell. And that extra sale is going to just pad our coffers. Oh, what am I doing? I need to fill it up, not take it somewhere. That's why I say my brain isn't all connecting right now. I'm on medication. There's a reason why it says don't operate heavy equipment. Yeah, there's a reason. Alright, now I can. That one's disconnected. Bloop. Let's head off to here. I mean, we know Pine Valley actually does produce some decent gold. Yep, hit the trailer again. That's great. I mean, it makes it easier to pour into the spout, right? 38.94, that's not too terribly bad. Like I said, I'm not going to be smelting any gold. I'm just doing an upgrade to get rid of the magnetite and to pad the coffers. Alright, I don't want to sell it yet. Okay, that one's 52. That one's... Okay, that's cost. That's smelting time reduced. So let's do cost. And then let's sell the rest of it. Which is an extra 10 grand by itself. So that was worth it. And we got rid of the cost. There's extra or less cost now on making our ingots. So in the end, that worked out. And actually the extra cost that we got off that will pay for extra water. So I think we're, well, mind you, we're still sitting pretty good. But I could top it up. It's easier to top it up and make it full than it is the other. Oh, well, shit, that was only $4,000. We still have $6,000 extra for the coffers. That wasn't terribly bad. We still have 29 there, and we probably got another 15% in the on the conveyor. No, let's do one more tonight at least. See where we sit. I mean, overall, we're not doing too bad. %, 2%. Everything's 2%, 3%. Noise. And how's the channel doing? I am keeping an eye on everything. I think we're doing alright. I mean, we're doing a lot better than we were when we didn't have any content for a while. Let's continue to dig. Wow, we got like almost 3 quarters of a tank. We got lots of fuel. I mean, 1411. We can't complain about that. We really can't. Okay, I can get a little bit more closer than that. Why is my timetable so fucked up? No idea. I might actually have to fill this damn thing up because we're under a half tank. So we're at this point, now that we have fully upgraded plant and everything's good on it, we're basically we're on the road to buying our own ground. We're already looking at Nighthawk. As scary as it sounds, we are thinking about Nighthawk already. As soon as we get on Nighthawk, then man, we are absolutely golden at that point. So we need about $3 million. I mean, I know it says about 250 right now, and so that's only 2.75 million to go, right? Yeah, except for the fact that I'm spending $110,000 a day on equipment, which is fine if I'm making 600-700 ounces a day. In theory, 3,000 ounces is all I need to move. That's all. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not that much. %. We're actually just about done this cut too. Or this load claim it. Then we're gonna have to move the truck again so we can clean out that other area. Hopefully the truck should be full by then. All in all, we're actually not doing bad. We're ahead of schedule. For once in our lives, we're actually ahead of schedule. When Old Man Gaming said it's basically a race to Nighthawk, he's not wrong. He is definitely not wrong. He very much correct on that point. Because once you're at Nighthawk, you can, for $1 million, which sounds like a lot, it isn't. You can replenish it and keep going. So if you're making like $6-7 million, that's at a certain point, the money is irrelevant. And it's actually kind of a sad truth. The money is actually becomes irrelevant. You have your normal expenses, yes. You have your breakdowns, yes. Does it add to the cash flow? No. I started noticing that last year. Once you get to a certain point, you're fine. Like even now, I've got a fully upgraded wash plant. I've got a full water tower. I've got everything up at this point is fully rented. I have no loans. I have no major expenses other than the rental equipment. That's $110,000 a day. I've got $247,000 in my account. Oh yeah, right. I gotta move this thing. We're gonna start chewing into that little piece there. I'm gonna have the truck right over here. So yeah, we have 247 in the account. We have 469 ounces sitting there. Well, that seems like a lot. I know it does, but that we lose a pretty good percentage of that right off the hop. Alright, that's a little far away. Let me get a little bit closer. There we go. Now we're good. Like, we probably will lose 250 ounces of that. And if we get another cleanup done before the end of the night, that'll probably be another 80 ounces off that. So we'll be losing 350. But if I have another 200 ounce cleanup of what I based it on, yeah, we're doing all right. And right now I'm doing the massive purge to get my upgrades done at the blacksmith. Once I get to a certain point of all my upgrades are done, the magnetite separator disappears, and then it's just straight cleanups. I don't even bother with the magnetite at a certain point once the upgrades are done. That's why I'm trying to rapidly get the upgrades done, because I know I'm not going to be needing them very much longer. Now that I know how this system works, and yeah, Gadfield was 100% correct on it. Once you figure the system out, all of a sudden, you can really fly. I need the Frankensteins though. But until they go on sale or something, I can't justify it. They gotta be sitting around 400,000 before I can really justify them at this point. Well, that claim is pretty much cleaned out. That didn't take long. But I do agree with the guys too. It's like, you know, it doesn't, if you start overthinking it, going, oh man, you know, I gotta do this, gotta do that, I gotta do this, gotta do that. Yeah, it starts wearing on a person, and you go, oh well, I'm never going to get that high. Now you're overthinking it. I do want to buy the quad though. I wonder if I could just go in, buy it, and then teleport it out. Just to play with it. That's all. $1,800. We've already got, was it 2 loads? 3 loads in? I can't remember now. Good job, brain. I know you're doped up on frickin' medication right now, but seriously. It's 97%. I don't want to overfill it. Good way to lose your cash. And I will say this again, and I said it before. If you guys are new here and you're watching this at a later date and you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button, as it does help us. Helps us create more content for you. We're only sitting at 27s, so this will be 46%. We have a little ways to go. But right now I'm digging gold. It's only $5,000. Like, I mean, for a side-by-side, that is dirt cheap. Mine I paid, or we paid actually as a collective on it, actually, you consider it, $15,000 for it. And at the time, that was a good deal. That was a really good deal. They're now, for my quad alone, it's I think they're 26,000. Welcome to Canada, by the way. When you consider that is a good deal, is 15,000 from 26. And it was a showroom model, so it had all the bells and whistles. Like, it's the full limited edition. But it was like 2 years old at that point. I didn't give a shit. I got full warranty. I got 3-year full warranty on it because it was a showroom model. It had the upgrade Warren winch. It had the besides the Warren winch, it came with the doors, it came with the windshield, it came with the roof, it came with the rear view mirror, it came with the air ride suspension. Yeah, it has air ride on it. It actually has dual shocks. They're lime green, by the way. This thing is pearl color, but it's lime green shocks. You name it, it pretty much had it. This thing was like pimp my ride type thing. And I got it for dirt cheap, and I was like, well, no, we'll pay cash. And I told my mother about it, and she says, well, this is kind of yours and your dad's quad. At the time, yeah, it was, because what we did is both of us had a quad, right? Actually, both of us had a fairly expensive quad. Like, both of them were full automatics. For the day, they were impressive, right? Nowadays, it's like, whoop-de-fucking-do, but back then it was like, yeah, no, they're fully automatic, the 4-wheel drive on demand. Both quads were, you know, full of power, everything else. They were, yeah, they're getting old. Like, both, I had more miles on mine than Dad did. His only had like 4,200 kilometers on it. Mine had about 9,000. Mine had, well, no, Dad's didn't. Dad didn't have the windshield. he had the box. He had the mounted box on it, but his didn't have the windshield. Mine had the windshield. I also upgraded it and put heated handle warmers and stuff on it and stuff like that. Well, being a hunter, I thought it was rather nice, right? So they were fairly well maintained too and upgraded and whatnot. And the plastic on it was like vintage. So they were in damn good shape. So yeah, we traded them off, and actually we didn't trade them off. That's right too. We sold them. They sold them with zero commission because we bought a new machine from. They sold them with zero commission. So I think both of us got about. I think Dad did a little bit better than me. I think he got about $3,000 and I got $2,500 for machines that were well used. Yeah, we did all right on them, and that we just put it towards the new quad. And technically speaking, the quad is fully in my name. I have it under my insurance. I have it under my registration and everything like that. But gets both of our quads. It's like the ultimate old man wagon. He zips around on an old time on the acreage and whatnot. Goes and does things with it. That one is 2015. I bought it in 2017. So even yet, I've owned it for quite a few years, and I've put it through the bush. I've gone places with it that most people would go, huh? But overall, it's been a fantastic machine. Like, I had a Suzuki before it. I had a Suzuki King Quad. Dad had a Grizzly. No, not true. Dad's wasn't Grizzly. Dad's was Kodiak. His was a 450 Kodiak, and mine was a 600 King Quad. Then we went to an 850 twin cylinder side by side. And I know there's freaking razors and crap out there that's like 700s and 800, well, not 700s, 1100s and shit like that. It doesn't interest me. Speed doesn't interest me in these side-by-sides. What interests me is being able to putz around in the bush and be able to go places and see shit. I'm a hunter. Going speed of sound through the bush to hunt a bird doesn't work. Putzing around in the bush and going, hey, look, there's a bird, and you shoot it, and you go, hey, cool, that worked, is way better. And I've also got the split windshield on mine, so you can pop it down and shoot just through that. I mean, I always walk away from the machine and do diligence and shoot and do all that. Absolutely, that's what you do. I mean, I've shot from the quad several times, especially when you've got something chasing you. Like several times I haven't shot a cougar, but I've shot at a cougar. I haven't shot it in general. Usually if you shoot next to it or in its relative area, it fucks off in a hurry. Because it realizes quickly that, yeah, it's not on the top of the food chain. It's a little bit lower and you mean business. So yeah, it fucks off pretty damn quick. So the split windshield makes a huge difference with that, because it's like, okay, here's a cougar ahead of me. It's hissing at me, or growling, you could say. Yeah, I'm in its territory. That's not good. So again, shotgun, it's not going to kill it. It's going to piss it off, but it's not going to kill it. So you shoot in a relative direction towards it, it's going to go, nope, that's a whole lot of nope, and just fucks off. So far, that's worked for me. If I had to, be like the fucking black bear the one time. There was this little I call it a little fucking black bear. It was a lot bigger than you think it was. I downsize it, but it wasn't small. It was a good sized black bear. It came fucking charging at me, and I got out of the quad. And well, being a big guy, right? I'm 6'5", and I can do a pretty nasty roar when I'm not sick, right? My fuel is low. Oh, shit. I'm not gonna make it. Alright, I'm gonna have to go get the tank after I finish loading this truck. Yeah, I got out of the quad, and I fucking reared up, and I roared like a fucking banshee. And yep, the black bear took notice and fucked off in the bush real quick. It's like, not sure what the hell that was, but yeah, I'm not going to challenge it. That seems to be bigger than me. I mean, I don't know actually what I would have done if it did continue charging, but I just, in my mind, thought, I will make myself look bigger. So I jumped out of the quad and went, roar! Well, you know, a lot more prominent than that. And, oh yeah, that thing fucked off real quick. Yeah, the buddy that was with me, he goes, well, that worked better than I was expecting it to. And I went, well, me too. And he says, really? And I said, yeah, you never know. I said, you never can trust a charging bear. I said, I was really hoping by yelling at it that it would go, that is a pretty nasty target to be fighting against. I'm going to back away. I said, luckily enough, it went, that's a pretty nasty target. I'm backing away. I said, it could have went the other way of, fuck it, what do I got to lose? I can tell you, my heart rate was pounding through my chest. I can act all big and tough and whatnot like that, but in all honesty, I can tell you my heart was going thump, 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 thump right through my chest. And then we got back in the quad and we fucked off fairly quickly. It was like, I don't really want to challenge the bear when it comes back, so I think we're leaving. And honestly, I think that was probably the best answer. Seriously? Why, with the parking brake on, do you roll away? I've had a few instances with animals. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Speaking of animals, a bear just went into my claim and fucking broke something. What the hell did he break? What the hell's on the fritz? What the hell doesn't have power? That's what doesn't have power. Alright. Well, luckily enough, we have an extra cable. So, the one time, actually it was around home here, I'm walking with my cousin and we hear this chuffing sound, and the eye level is what fucking freaked me out a little bit. I got the chills down the spine, is because the eyes were staring basically one-on-one with me. And again, I'm a 6'5" dude, right? Very little eyesight ever comes up to my eyesight, right? It's like, no, this is different. Like, this could be a moose or something. Well, no, moose don't make a chuffing sound. That's a little fucking weird, right? Moose at all don't make chuffing sounds. So, yeah, okay, this is definitely fucking weird, right? And this thing was almost starting to roar. To this day, I actually don't know what the fuck it was, because it was dark out and we were walking back from the valley, which is probably enough information that you need to know anyways, because it's like, yeah, why were you walking around in the middle of the night anyways? But yeah, okay, so we're around and this thing's chuffing at me, and all of a sudden I get a fucking glare of eyes staring back at me, and these eyes, I will have to say, aren't at eye level with me. They're actually taller than me. And I'm looking at it going, well, that ain't fucking good. Right? Going, like, again, eyes don't usually stare back at me that are at my level or higher. And my instinct was not run, fight. I don't have the flight or fight instinct. I have the fight instinct, alright? I'm Scandinavian by blood, so it's like, fuck it, I'll attack this thing, right? Well, I made myself look fucking big. I put my arms above my head, I waved it around, I fucking yelled, I went, and made myself really big, fucking nasty, right? This thing huffed one more time, and I did the same thing, and I started charging at it. Because I was like, well, if it's a fucking deer, elk, or whatever, it's gonna fuck off. Well, it did. All of a sudden, we heard a whimpering sound, and the thing just fucking took off. And we could hear it for probably a quarter mile, and we were probably a half mile away from the house at this point. Well, maybe a little bit further than that. Maybe almost 3/4 of a mile. Whatever the fuck it was. To this day, I still don't know what the hell it was. I really don't. This thing, basically, we could hear it going thump, 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 thump. And it, for probably a mile, we heard the thing going thump, thump. But when it first took off, it went, and it fucking took off. And it's like, hey, it's even talking about it, it still sends shivers down my spine. I don't know what the hell it was. A chuffing sound or a huff or a horf, horf, horf usually is a fucking deer-like animal. Alright? It's usually I would say it's typically a elk at that point, or even moose. Moose can make some sort of chuffing sound that's fucking weird. But this did not sound like a moose. It certainly didn't sound like an elk. Yeah, it fucking wasn't a deer. I have no idea what the hell it was. All I know is staring at it, its eyes were probably about 1.5 feet taller than me. So I don't know what the fuck it was, but we heard it for a while running away. And I remember my cousin talking to me, and she was fucking freaked out. He goes, I don't know what that was. I went, well, good news. I don't know what it was either. She goes, really? And I went, no. I said, but usually natural animals have the instinct of, oh shit, that thing is fairly large. It's coming attacking me. I'm going to fuck off. I said, most animals will not attack you. They're just fucking frightened as much as we are. That they're not going to attack. They're going to run away. And I said, this instinct is the same thing. That animal realized really quickly that I was bigger, and it was like, okay, I'm out of here. I'm not going to fight this thing. I don't know what it is. It's scaring me. I'm going to fuck off. And it did, luckily enough. I did have my knife with me, so I could have done some damage, but I am happy that I did no damage. Because I have no idea what the fuck it was. Not like the coyote. So we're, same cousin actually. We're working away in the shop doing some sort of woodworking project. And I can't remember what it was. Well, there's a couple of instances. One was the deer. That scared the hell out of her. And two was the fucking mangy coyote. And the mangy coyote one was hilarious. And I had been drinking pretty good that night, alright? Like, I think we were winding down. I think she had a vodka and Coke. And, yeah, we were just starting to wind down from the night and everything else. And, yeah, she had to go to the bathroom, so she was going to go into the house, and she comes whipping back into the shop going, Well, I might have peed a little bit, but she says there's a coyote outside the door. I went, what? She says it don't look healthy. I kind of look out the window and go, well, yeah, there is a fucking coyote out there. Yeah, she is right. It doesn't look good. All right. She goes, what are you going to do? And there's a 2x4 beside the wall because we're cutting. I think we were making benches. Yeah, I think that's what we were doing. So there's some scrap wood there. A fucking 2x4 gets the wall. Open the door. The thing went towards me and actually lunged at me. And I just took the fucking 2x4 and did a golf swing. Yep. I clocked it. I figured I just sort of knocked it out for a little bit, right? And I said, well, okay, we're going to be done for the night. Let's go inside. We go around the coyote. I said, it's just knocked out. It'll be fine. By morning, it'll be gone, right? No, I wake up before she did. Walk downstairs and Dad said, so, can you explain to me why there's a dead coyote on the lawn? I went, what? He says, yeah, there's sort of a mangy looking coyote. Did it die in the middle of the night? I went, okay, there's a story behind this. He goes, there always is. I went, huh? Yeah, there is. There's a reason. So I told him. And he goes, well, not only did you clock it hard enough, but apparently you fucking killed it. I said, well, it was mangy. It was threatening us anyway, so, well, I guess it kind of met its maker. And he goes, that's one way to look at it. He says, yep, yeah, fucking tuned its clock. And in the daylight, I am so happy that I actually managed to kill it. Because, A, that animal's suffering something fierce. There was patches of fur completely torn off the animal. It was just bare skin. And it looked like it was bleeding and everything else. I don't know if it was in a fight or whatnot, or if it's just mange or whatever. It was not a healthy animal. And it was scrawny, skinny, and everything else. And, yeah. I'm happy that it did the fucking golf swing. I don't know what would have happened if it frickin' tried to attack or whatnot, but I was 3 sheets to the fucking wind drinking that night after our endeavor with the carpentry. And yeah, I don't know, instincts kicked over and I just took the 2x4 and gave it a fucking golf swing upside the head, and yep, I put it out of its misery in a hurry. And I actually phoned Fish and Game. I think Fish and Game came out and took it in. Because I told them the story, what happened, and they said, well, you shouldn't really do it like that. You should just basically use the rifle. I said, I didn't have the rifle there. I had a 2x4. But yeah, if memory serves, I think they came out and they picked the animal up because they wanted to do some testing on it and find out why it had mange or what kind of disease it had or something like that. Which, hey, I'm cool with. I mean, anything for the conservation. If there was a disease going around that could be spread to other animals or something, yeah, it's very important to be able to help out in that sense. So yeah, I think that's what that is, because I was thinking to myself, I don't remember taking it off the lawn. No, I didn't. They came out and picked it up. Which is good. We've had strange things around here before, though. Like, I have a pretty good rapport with Fish and Game. I tend to always get one more truck. I tend to try to do my due diligence and make them aware of stuff and whatnot. A couple of years ago, there was a harvest just right outside the city. Well, actually, still in the city limits on the side of the road, and it had a frickin' deer tag attached to it, but wasn't a full harvest. They didn't actually harvest any meat off the animal. They just basically shot it, gutted it, tagged it, and fucked off. Right? and I think can't remember what the tag said. It's a little while ago now, but I looked at it, and of course it's on the side of the road, and I look at it and go, this ain't right. One, it looks like it was shot within city limits, which that's illegal. No matter which way you look at it, that's illegal. So yep, no, that's gotta be, that ain't good. And it was because it was tagged. I think it was a mule deer, and it was tagged as a whitetail, and they figured out their problem and whatnot, and they just fucked off. And I remember seeing the tag and that, but I don't think I read the tag. I think what I did is I just phoned Fish and Game right away. And I phoned them and say, hey, there's a dead animal inside the road that's tagged. They went, really? I said, yeah, well, a couple things. This doesn't seem right. They said, well, it's hunting season. This is kind of normal. I said, well, one thing that doesn't seem right is, A, it is within city limits. They went, oh, yeah, that's not good. But no, that is not good. And two, and this is kind of the big one, is it's been tagged. I said, I think it's probably what happened because this is a mule deer. I said, they've dressed it. Yeah, there's no guts inside of it whatsoever. They've dressed this animal. They tagged it, and then they realized it's the wrong animal and left. I said, but there is a tag on the frickin' leg of this animal. So you should be pretty cut and dry to figure this one out. And he gave him the location then. And yeah, next day the animal's gone. So I'm happy to report things like that. Like, I mean, if it's an honest mistake, I mean, there has been times that I've seen animals that at night, then you go, oh man, that's a beautiful whitetail, right? You put the scope up to him and go, holy shit, that's a mule deer, I can't shoot that. A lot of guys aren't like that. They'll frickin' shoot first and then go, holy shit, I just shot an animal. You know what? The best thing to do is come forthwith to the Fish and Game and say, hey guys, I'm really sorry. I have a whitetail tag. I shot a mule deer. It looked like a whitetail. All indications showed me it was a whitetail. It's an honest mistake. What do you want me to do with this animal? And I'm fully aware that it was a mistake on my part and things like that. If you come out forward with Fish and Game, they're probably going to say, hey, I mean, shit happens, right? It's your due diligence to harvest that animal. And we'll make note of it on your file. I mean, that's the best case scenario. Or they'll say, well, unfortunately, you can't harvest that animal. Your hunting season's over. Then you say, yeah, okay, no problem. I mean, it's entirely up to their realm what consequences they give you. But at the same time, it's better to be open about it. They're going to find out one way or another, especially if you go to try to process the meat somewhere and say, oh, you have a whitetail tag. Why do you have a mule deer? Yeah, red flag. I know we helped Fish and Game once. That was quite a few years ago now. Because I remember that they came to the door and said, hey, you heard any gunshots? Well, yeah, of course, we always hear gunshots. No, it's 100%. Fuck. Did make it 100%. Huh. Yeah, it's all 100%. Do you hear any gunshots? Well, yeah, we always hear gunshots. We live in the country. There's always gunshots. Yes. Can you report any suspicious behavior or anything? Oh yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, we found out there was a guy that was got shooting animals, and sure enough, the guy was driving around to people's properties, and it wasn't me, wasn't me that reported it first. I reported it once, but there was a couple others, locals, that reported it, of suspicious vehicles driving around people's properties that we know that don't allow hunting. Yep, they caught the guy pretty quick. But all of us around here are pretty honest hunters. We work alongside the Fish and Game. I know the one time, I shouldn't really say this, but going to anyways. The one time, the end of the day. Worker salary $2,900. That's not bad. Processed material was actually down from the other day, 1,100, but we had more gold. We had 474.58 ounces. Provisions of rent in gold was 189.83. So we actually have a lot more. We have almost 280 ounces that we can do something with. What was I going over here for? No idea. Lost track. Oh yeah, I was going to say, shouldn't really say much about it, but going to anyways. The one instance, Fish and Game guy was having a pretty abrupt conversation with the guy that was on our road, and I was going home, and it was, you could tell there was something going on, so I stopped behind, and the cop yelled at the guy and says, "Get back in your vehicle, I'll deal with you in a second." I came up behind him and said, "What's up?" I can see the argument from a mile away. I said, "Just live down here. Do you need a hand?" And he says, "Maybe." And he says, "I'm all alone out here, and these guys are drunk, and they have firearms." And he says, "For my safety, if you don't mind." I said, "I mean, it's getting dark outside." And I said, "I mean," I pointed, and he goes, "You're a hunter too?" And I said, "Yep." And I said, "It's not loaded, but," I said, "I can load it pretty frickin' quickly if I have to." And he says, I've got a sidearm and a shotgun." And he says, "But if you could just pull in behind me and keep an eye out," he says, "I'd much appreciate it." Yeah, absolutely. That's one instance that I will honestly say that I helped until the RCMP showed up. That, I stayed with the guy. I mean, the guy was fearful of his safety. There was 4 guys in the frickin' truck that were blasted. That wasn't much better, but that was quite a bit better than these guys. But I did have a few drinks that night. But yeah, no, I stayed with the guy, and he came over afterwards and says, "Hey, I really appreciate you coming and staying with me." Holy crap, this is more gold than we had last time. And I said, "Yeah, no problem, dude." Holy crap, 849. It was what, 700 and something last time? What's this going to be? It was 749 or something last time with this one. That's why I say I shouldn't really say anything. I did have a few drinks that night, but yeah, no, I stayed behind, and I made sure that he was well protected. 688. Oh, we're a little bit less. Still gonna be great cleanup, by the way. Man, do I love these frickin' gravel pumps. Only having one pail to deal with. Oh, that's so much better. It's more concentrated. It's definitely gives a lot nicer cleanup. Oh, way nicer. The mats look more full this time. So I don't know. What did we have last time? 1478? Something like that. It's close to 1,500 ounces for cleanup on the Nuggetier. Oops. A little short. There we go. Okay, first part of that is good. Man, do I love cleanup like this. This is nice and easy. We do get one more full truck, but I think we'll probably end it after this. I'm gonna need my other pill for medication. I can feel my throat starting to get a little scratchy. And then I probably should pack it in. Get some rest. I forget that I am actually still sick, but you know that the best medication for a frickin' flu or sinus infection or whatever the hell I had is sleep. Alright, back to work. Nope. I literally just fell off that. There we go. Yeah, that thing does a nice job cleaning the mats. It's the first frickin' thing I bought. Knowing now what the Gold Nuggetier actually does. It's fantastic. It's not made of plastic. Yes, I remember the Barbie World song. It's fantastic. I'm made of plastic. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Yeah. That's way before the frickin' Barbie shit came out for the movie. Yep, time for my medication. It's hitting. It's hitting all the bad places. It's amazing. It's basically exactly 4 hours and the medication wears off. Alright, what's this gonna act like? Alright, that's all good. That's all good. That's good there. Tired you on? Yep, getting tired. Chicka 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 chicka. So we had 278. So I could do 1.5 nuggets. Technically we have enough for one more day, but so 1478 was our best one last time. I don't think we're gonna get it this time. Nope, 1360. So we're not as good, but we're still gonna have a nice cleanup. Still some pretty healthy cleanups. So we easily broke 1,500 ounces, which was our secondary goal for today. First one was a 1,000 ounce goal. Next one was 1,500. We easily broke that. 255.64, so we're about 23 ounces less. I mean, we can't complain about that either. So leaderboards wise, we're sitting at, if we can all read it from the whatchamadoohicker, 1670 or 1667.08. That's what I meant. So didn't quite beat this guy. We're 1.8 ounces short. Exactly 1.8 ounces short of his. And the next one's 1764. So another 200 ounces would blast us past both of them in a short heartbeat. So yeah, we're not actually doing too bad. We're working our way towards Nighthawk. And then we're going to get the Frankensteins. That's why I say we need at least $3 million. Which we know that we can do 270. And I might just do that before we log off entirely. Just go do the smelting run. Yep, like I said, it's getting close to that time where I'm going to have to go take my medication and probably go to bed. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Still, though, I'm very happy with the production. Like, we're 3 days towards summer on the first season of 31, and we've already got a tier 5 set up. Like, our wash plant is fully upgraded to the max. We're surviving at 110,000 a day with very little issues now. We have no loans to pay off. We're actually sitting pretty decent. 8%, 7%. 3,500 ounces. Hey, look at that. Not bad. Pretty close. Well, let's go take a look. Upgrade. What else can we upgrade? Those are all 6 and 8s. That's 52. We don't have that, but we do have smelting time reduced. Yeah, okay. Then whatever's left over, we sell for another 8,100. That's not bad. We can do that. I almost think what I should do is bring the trailer over and just dump it. At this point, we've already got basically almost our tier 2 stuff done. So we only have the tier 3 left. Okay, so 180 off for 270 equates to, get my calculator right over here.